Hello, hello everyone. Hi to all of you. Please, before we even start and before saying anything else, just let me know if you can hear me well in the chat and if you can see the screen as well. Okay, before we even start, that's the most important thing. If there's any issue, let us know in the chat and we will try to fix it as soon as possible. All right. So thank you to all of you guys that decided to join this session, that have registered, and that are going to stay with us to learn a little bit more about the task management on the mobile app. This is going to be a very intense session that we are going to have because we are going to tackle a lot of different perspective of this feature, the task management, with a focus on the mobile app because we have implemented some cool updates in the Lodgify mobile app. So this is what we will be talking about today. But before we start, just a few premises and important things to remember. This webinar is being recorded. Therefore, we really hope that you can make it until the end. However, if you can't, do not worry because the recording will be not just uploaded to our YouTube channel, so it's there for you to watch it whenever you have time. But it will also be sent to you by email before the end of the week. Okay, so if it's not going to be tomorrow, it's going to be Friday, the latest. All right. This webinar is part of a series called Mastering Lodgify, and we already had several episodes in the past. We have been covering a lot of different features from the rental creation to setting up your rates to some website basics, some channel manager integration. Today, we're focusing on, as we said, this specific feature from the mobile app perspective, but there's going to be more episodes. We are working on preparing more and more of this. And in our YouTube channel, under the playlist called Mastering Lodgify, you're also going to find the recording of all previous episodes. All right. With that said, I am looking at the chat and I have to say that this time specifically and in particular, I'm seeing that you guys are super active. That's great, but also participation from really all over the world, which is amazing.
Yes.
It's great to
I
have.
think we have almost all the continents
I
present.
think so. I think so. I
We
think so.
have people from Europe, from North America, Central America, Oceania. So we have people from all around the globe. So it's really nice to see.
True. And one last thing before we start, I wanted to quickly introduce myself and also the colleagues that are hosting this webinar with me. My name is Adriana, and I am the trainer in the customer success team at Lodgify. Together with me, there is Cristina. She's the product manager of Lodgify Mobile Squad. And Juancho, or Juan Manuel, but Juancho for our friends, joining us from Argentina. He's the quality specialist in the customer success team. One last thing before we start, we would like the purpose of this webinar is of course to show you how to use this feature in particular and to sort all of the doubts that you may have and answer your questions on the feature. However, we would like you guys to participate and also share your feedback, your thoughts, because at the end of the day, what really matters is what you need, right? So that's the most important thing for us. That is why we would really like to see you participating, asking questions, sharing thoughts. We have Christina that can answer questions related to what we have planned for the future, what's coming. So yeah, we really encourage you. We really encourage you to participate as much as you can. All right, now all the premises have been completed. We can start finally this webinar.
Wait, before we start with the webinar, Adriana, let me see if I got this right. So let's say I need to jump off the meeting 10 minutes before it ends, so I am about to miss very important and useful information for my day-to-day operations. You are saying that the recording will be sent to my email and I will be able to see it whenever I have free time, even if I'm not here physically?
That's absolutely correct. So you will have
Okay.
it by email. We will send it to you by email if you have registered. But if you're here you have registered to this session, but it will also be uploaded to our YouTube channel. So yes.
Amazing,
Or if you
amazing. And
want
what if I
to
decide to stay until the last minute of the presentation? Is there any special treats I will receive?
who knows? Will have to stay. You will have to stay to find out. All right,
Okay.
guys, let's get started. Just very quickly, these are the topics that we will be touching on today. What is the task management feature? Some of you are already familiar with this feature, but we're just going to give you like a very quick recap of what it is. Clearly, task management involves team members and the task creation. So we're going to have a quick look at that as well. And then we're going to look at the focus of this session, which is the task management on the mobile app and how to manage those tasks from the app as well. Okay, of course, at the end of the presentation, we're going to leave some minutes to answer all of your questions. Okay. With that said, very important, this webinar is for you to become more familiar with this specific feature on the app, but with the Lodgify app in general. So if you have already downloaded the app, it would be great if you could have your mobile phones with you so that you can follow along and start looking around. And that will probably also encourage you to ask more questions, no? Because you will see the app in action. But if you haven't, I'm going to leave this slide on for a few seconds so that you can use the QR codes. You can scan the QR codes and download the app right now. If you're using an Android device, be sure to use the one on the left, the QR code on the left. But if you're using an iOS device, so an iPhone, be sure to click on the right QR code. Sorry, to scan the right QR code. Okay. So let's give you guys some time before we move on so that you can do that. And now let's do this. Let's go. Okay, task management feature. What is the task management feature? The task management feature is a powerful feature available to Lodgify Ultimate customers. So if you have an Ultimate subscription to us, you already know it's already available in your account, designed to simplify coordination and enhance collaboration among team members, such as cleaners and property owners. These are just two examples. Team members can really be collaborators, administrators, check-in agents, etc. This feature automates task creation based on bookings, ensuring tasks are managed efficiently. It provides a seamless way to keep everyone organized and on track with minimal manual effort, right? So you as the team owner create the tasks or just create the task template, then those tasks will appear automatically on the calendar based on your bookings. And the team members that you have previously invited to your Lodgify account will be able to see those tasks based on if they were assigned to those tasks or not. But we are going to talk more on this in this session. So to sum up, what are the key benefits of the task management? Simplified coordination, so automatic task generation based on bookings, enhanced collaboration, owners and team members working together, and streamlined workflow. Less manual task assignment because the system does it all for you. You don't have to worry about the thing anymore. Now, the task management module, we can configuring it, we can simplify it in these steps. Inviting team members. So you as the team owner will invite the team members from the desktop version. So currently you can only invite team members through the desktop version of the software, so of Lodgify. And then the team member will receive an invitation. They will create a profile, their profile, by setting up the credentials so they can also log in. Then you as the team owner will start creating these tasks. So the task template to describe a little bit the task and schedule it based on bookings. So check-ins and check-outs. And then you will be able to assign the specific task to one or more team members. And finally, once the task has been created and assigned, both you as the owner, but also team members. Also, I hope that there are some team members with us today, yeah, because it would be great if also the team members could see what they can now do in the mobile app. But yeah, the once you have created your tasks and assigned the tasks to the different team members, then you as the account owner, but also your team members, will be able to manage those tasks through the task management feature. They can view the task, upload pictures, mark them as completed, and if the task needs inspection, you would also be able to do that through Lodgify Task Management. Okay, now, how do we do all of this? How do we invite team members? How do we how do we create tasks? Before we look at that, these both actions must be performed at the moment, must be performed from the desktop version. So because in this webinar, we want to focus a little bit more on the mobile app, okay? So we're going to quickly go over the basic steps of the configuration on desktop, and then we're going to move on to, okay, how does this translate on the mobile app then? How do we invite team members? So log into your Lodgify account, go to the PM modules section that you will find on the top left menu, and click on invite user. So we are in the team members section of PM modules. Click on invite new user. Once done, the team member receives an invitation. They can set up their profile by creating their credentials, so the password to log in. And once that is done, the team member will reach out to the account owner or to the team owner, confirming their profile has been set up, so that the team owner at this point can assign them their specific role. There's a variety of roles that the team owner can choose from. There's cleaners, there's rental manager, there's administrators, check-in agents. Then you as the team owner can assign rentals, so one or more rentals to the specific team members, and you can also manage their permissions to choose or to kind of like manage the level of access and the types of actions and sections that you want them to be able to see and perform. Okay. How do we create? Once you have invited the team member, of course, the whole point is for you to be able to create the task once, schedule it, assign it to the team members, and then those tasks are going to be created and generated automatically on your Lodgify calendar based on the bookings that you have and on the previous configuration. So how do we create tasks? We, once again, are in the PM module section of the account. Now we want to click on task templates here that you'll find on the left-hand menu. And to create a new task, you want to click on this plus icon that you'll find here at the bottom. When you're creating a task, of course, you want to give the task a very descriptive name so that when the team member or yourself see it on the calendar, you know what the task is about. And then within the big task, let's say, you can also add subtasks. So imagine that you're creating the task for the after checkout cleaning of the rental. There's the general task that we're creating, and then we can keep adding subtasks with their own description. And you, when creating a task as the team owner, can also choose for each subtask that a picture is required. So the task can only be marked as completed if the picture has been uploaded. Okay? And that is done by turning on this toggle here. We have created the task template. So the task template just describes what the task is and what are the subtasks that must be completed. But when is this task supposed to appear, or when on the calendar? But most importantly, when is the team member supposed to start, and by when is the team member supposed to complete the task? That is done by heading to the section called scheduled task, and here you can again enter the title, the description, choose whether you want to enable it or disable it, because there may be cases where you maybe don't need the task to be generated automatically for any reason. You can disable it here. You can choose to for the task to be removed from the calendar if the booking is canceled, if the task is strictly tied to the specific booking, and you can also assign the task a priority from 1 to 5. And then here you can set the actual schedule, but also the assignee. So when the task should start and by when it should be completed, and also for which rental, because you may have multiple rentals on your account. So you may be creating one task, the same task for multiple rentals, but you may also be creating the task for one rental only. So you select your rental, you set the schedule, so the start time or date and the end time or date here. And then you can choose who the task should be assigned to. When you're choosing the assignee, you are given two options. You can choose a specific team member. So you can choose that Juancho is supposed to be the assignee of the task. So only Juancho will see the task on their calendar. Juancho is a team member of my team. At the same time, you can also choose that any team member with that specific role that has been assigned to the rental should be able to see the task, and then they get to claim the task. So the task is assigned to the role assigned to that specific rental. And then if you have multiple team members with that same role on that rental, then they get to choose. They get to claim the task. So if Juancho and Cristina are both team members in my account, and I am assigning the task to any, for example, cleaner in my team, then both Juancho and Cristina will see that task and they will be able to claim it. So who claims it first will be then the final assignee of the task, and they will be the ones completing it and marking it as completed. Okay, so this is a very quick recap of how to invite team members and how to create tasks, set up their schedule, and assign a team member to each specific task. All right? Now, how does all of this translate on the mobile app? Now, we have very good news for you because if you've been with Lodgify for a while and if you've had an ultimate subscription with Lodgify for a while, you know that before we had two different apps. The PM Modules app, and in the PM Modules app, you could, as a host, manage your team members, your tasks, but also team members could log in and see and manage their tasks as well. And then we used to have the Lodgify app. In the Lodgify app, you can do the rest. So you can manage your rentals, your rates, you can manage your bookings or the existing reservations that you already have, or create new reservations. You can communicate with your guests by sending messages, etc. So we used to have two different apps. Now, the good news is that that's no longer the case. Now we have unified everything into one app that is our Lodgify app, the one that you have already downloaded, or that the QR code prompted you to download. And in this one unified app, now you can do pretty much all the things that you could do in both apps before, but now you just need one. Okay, so this is going to save space on your devices as well, right? Because you can now completely delete and forget about the PM Modules app. So now from one single app, you can manage your rentals and rates, you can manage your bookings, you can exchange messages with your guests, but now you can also manage your tasks and team members and your team members as well. This is like the great news, that your team members now can also use the same app to log in. So now everything is in one place. Let's have a quick look at how it looks like. So this is how the task management very quickly looks like in the app. Okay, how do we log in? All right, how do we log in to the app? How does the app know that I am a team member or a host or the account owner, etc.? So if you are looking at the screen and you are the actual account holder, so you are the owner of the Lodgify account, you open the app, simply enter your credentials here in these fields, and you're good to go. Everything will be in one place for you. However, if you are a team member instead, so if you have been invited to the an existing Lodgify account as a team member, you open the app, you click on this. Are you a PM modules team member? If so, continue here. And then in the next screen, you will be able to enter your credentials and log in and see this new task calendar that we are very, very excited to show you now. Before we look at how the calendar looks like and the things that you can do on the calendar, I wanted to add that we are working towards unifying the task management, not just the task management, but also the team member feature with the owner feature. We are not going to go in depth on this, but in Lodgify currently there are team members and there are owners. Two different features. We can say that they are not really related one to the other. However, our goal is to unify the two. And we are doing it simultaneously on the app, but also on the desktop version. So if you're a new user, you can pretty much ignore what I'm saying because for you this has already happened. But if you have been with Lodgify for a while, we are gradually migrating existing users to this new unified section where you can manage your owners and your team members in one single space. Okay. The reason why I'm saying this is because if you are a team member, but you are also an owner, so with the same email address, you've been registered as a team member, but also as an owner, you may see two different things on the desktop version, but also on the app. Okay. No worries, because this is just the first step towards the full unification of the app. So at some point, eventually, everything will be the same on desktop, on mobile, and if you're a team member or an owner, it won't matter because it's gonna be the exact same thing, or like an extra user in the Lodgify account. Okay. With that said, let's move on. How do we manage tasks on the mobile app? So, what is this task calendar? What does it look like, etc.? This is how it looks like. So you log in. If you're an owner, if you're a team member, the only thing that you will see is the task calendar. So you will see the calendar and you will see the tasks on the calendar. If you are the account holder instead, you'll be taken to the calendar at first, and now the calendar also has a view. I'm going to show you in a minute. You will have different views for the calendar, right? You have the multi-view, the single view, but now you also have the task view. So you can access the task calendar directly from the same section. So the tasks will appear on the calendar with number. You click on the number and you will be presented with the tasks of the day. Each task will display the details, so the assignee, the start time, the end time, the rental name, the reservation the task is associated to. But you can also use filters in case, for example, you only want to see the tasks that are upcoming or the tasks that from the past have already been completed. Okay, so this is high level how everything looks like. If you're a team member, you can claim a task. You remember at the beginning when showing you how to assign the task to a specific team member, we said that you don't necessarily have to assign it to Juancho, but you can assign it to your cleaning staff. So the entire cleaning team that is assigned to the rental. If so, then each individual team member will log into the app. They will be able to see that there's an unclaimed task and they will be able to claim it. Then you, as team member assigned to that specific task, can upload pictures when required, but also not necessarily. I mean, when it's required, you cannot mark the task as completed without uploading a picture. However, you may still upload pictures even if they're not required or not necessary. The
By the
tasks.
way, very quick thing. We have redesigned this so that they can add a picture, or there's if they can also record a video. That's easier, like a video of the entire room. That also works. So these two files are accepted.
Nice. And you can also upload multiple pictures for the same task. Okay, so
Eh,
here I click here and then I can upload different types of files from my device, multiple ones for the same task. Then you can add comments to a task. Let's say that, I don't know, you were supposed to, I don't know, swipe on the like the table, but the table is broken. So you can add picture of that, and you can inform the owner that the table was broken, etc., etc. So you can add all sorts of comments to the task, and that comment is going to be visible not just to you, of course, but also to the team owner. And then once all of this has been done, you can finally mark the task as completed. Okay? Clearly, if the task requires an inspection, you complete the task, and then whoever is assigned as inspector of the task will see that the task still requires inspection. All right, but let's try to understand all of these things, how everything works in a real life scenario, okay? Let's imagine that Joanna is our cleaner, okay? Sorry, Juancho. uh, Joanna has replaced you. Joanna is part of the cleaning staff at Snowy Pine Chalet, and she wants to organize her workday. So she opens the task calendar on the mobile app and notices a cleaning job scheduled for tomorrow, due at 11 a.m. So she opens the task calendar, she clicks on the date, she can see the task details and all the subtasks and the start date and time, the end date and time. Okay, so she knows what's the plan for tomorrow. She knows that tomorrow she has to go to the Snowy Pine Chalet and complete that task because that task is assigned to her. The next day, Jonna arrives at the rental and begins working on the job. She carefully checks all of the subtasks as she completes them. Once finished, she marks the task is completed, and submits it for inspection. So, Joanna opens the task calendar again. She goes to the task, everything. She has uploaded the pictures when required, and she has done a great job because she has completed all of the tasks within the task, and now she has marked the task as completed. Before heading home, Joanna checks the task calendar for the rest of the week. Using the unclaimed filter, she spots a cleaning task due in 3 days assigned to her team, but not yet claimed. She decides to claim the job, ensuring it will be handled. How does that look like? She clicks on the date. She used the filter for unclaimed tasks. So only unclaimed tasks will now show on the calendar. She clicks on the date again, opens the task, and she decides, I want to take care of this task. So I'm going to claim it before someone else does it. She claims the task, and the task is now finally assigned to Joanna. So Joanna has successfully completed her job for the day, but she also knows that in 3 days there's another job for her at the same rental that she has claimed, so it's now assigned to her and for her to complete. And that is how the task management looks like and works on the mobile. Now, before we jump to the question and answer session so that we can sort your doubts and the questions, I want to leave it to Chris so that she can share some cool stuff with you about what's going to happen. So, Chris, to you.
Yes, thank you so much, Adriana, and hello everyone that is joining, that has been joining this webinar. So I would like to briefly go through a few iterations and prototypes that we have. So I will show you things that almost no one has seen. Again, these are just prototypes. We might refine some designs, so don't take the designs as the final thing that you're going to see, guys, on your mobile apps. But yeah, and by the way, guys, if you have any questions, even if like it sounds super simple for you, like this is important. If there's any problem that you're having nowadays with your task calendar, especially on mobile and also outside of mobile, feel free to just leave it there on a comment. Everything will be collected, the data, the feedback, comments. Like, don't hesitate to write down your concern. There are no, like, all questions are valid, so please, don't be shy on doing it. um, I think we can jump and go ahead. Yes, on the first one. So, as Adriana was saying, our plan is to deprecate the PM Modules app. I know some of you are already are using this app, so in the upcoming weeks, we don't have a hard deadline yet. We will remove that app from the stores. This is why it's important for me and the rest of the team to know what is key for you that we add to this to this new task calendar on the mobile app for you and your team. Because what we are doing it for to help both, right? You as the host and anyone that's helping on the operation side. Might not be you directly, but maybe you're working with Susan that's helping you with all the operations, and she really needs to have access to the information and be able to do things. And also for any task calendar member that needs to complete, see the tasks. So keep in mind both groups at all times and ask any questions related to that. So what you haven't seen yet on your task calendar on your mobile app is starting with the ability to approve or decline inspection status. This is something that we have designed and it will be developed very soon, but almost nobody knows about this. So this is a bit of a secret between all of you and us today. This is coming. The ability to, of course, approve or decline an inspection. That's something that we definitely need to have for all of the users that you guys have inspection enabled. So this is how it's going to look like. This is a prototype, but it's really likely to look as it is. So keep in mind that's coming. We can move to the next one, Adri. What else is coming? Okay, we are also working on displaying the assignee name on the bottom sheet. As you have seen, once you go to your mobile app and then you go to the task calendar, you click on it and you see this calendar that allows you to see how many tasks you have per day. And when you click on a specific date, then you get this bottom sheet with the tasks that you have for that date, no matter if they're completed or pending, and you have different statuses. After hearing many of you, we realized that it would be a nice one to have to display the person that is assigned to this task so that you can easily spot. Imagine that you're working with John and John is meant to have 5 cleanings today, and that's way too much workload for him. By just seeing this bottom sheet, you can be like, oh, wait, I need to remove 2 cleanings from John and I need to reassign them to Martha. And this is a really quick way for you to see it. If you have any feedback on this, of course, just type it on the comments. Like, we are all reading and listening to what you guys need to say.
See, I want. This is how it will look like, or
Exactly. So as you can see, maybe it's a bit tiny, but we can see on the first screenshot, we don't see any assignee name. Moving forward, we will see that, for example, there are some tasks assigned on the rental number 2 to Kazem, to Jordi, to Pablo. And also on the third screenshot, we can see there's a Jordi. Prototypes, they are never perfect, but this is what we are here for. So yeah, also this quick win is coming. What else do we have?
yes.
Okay, this is a really important one, guys. I have had some user interviews with many of you. Lots of feedback collected, and the ability to create a new task is also a must-have as part of this migration. So, how it's gonna look like, Adri? Okay. Not too different, of course, from what we already have, but the ability to make this change is an important and core feature for you. And what we're gonna do is again likely to happen this way, as we can see on the design. We're gonna have a plus icon that allows you to, if you are on the go, if you are driving from point A to point B, and you need to you received a last minute booking for some reason, or you have created a booking that needs like a special task on top of the automatically scheduled one, then you can just go ahead. Of course, you need to stop your car and then take a second to click on the plus icon and then fill out the details. Who is in charge of this task? What is meant to happen? And then you're good to go. Um, so that's
Yes.
also coming very soon. Yes, exactly. I know many of them are driving from one point to the other. Like it's a busy world in vacation rental business, so we know. And then we have, I believe, another iteration on the table, Adri.
No, that was it.
Okay,
But
okay.
if you
Exactly. Okay, so these are the three things that I wanted to present to you on what's coming next. What can you expect out of it? The last one that I have, that it's a very last minute notice that we haven't added here, is the notifications, the push notifications, which is something that we also need to be implementing. What if a new task is being created and it's assigned to Juancho, for example? A push notification will be received so that he can be aware of this new update by using the regular Lodgify mobile app. And let's forget about the PM modules app.
Yay. Yes, thank you, Chris. I think that those are amazing news. As we said at the beginning, this is really just the first step towards the getting to where we want to get, which is having one single hub from which you can basically do all of the things that you can do on desktop already, but also without the disruption, PM modules, task management. No, everything will make so much more sense. And this is just the first step, a super important step. Even if it's the first one, it's a big one because we heard what you had to say, and this was super requested, like one of the highest requested feature. Also because we understand that everybody nowadays pretty much uses the mobile, right? You are not going around with your laptop with you, so we use our mobile phones for everything, also at work, right? So being able to complete and perform all of those actions that would normally require you to open your laptop and have an internet connection and log into your account and move here and there. No, now everything is going to be so much easier just because it's there handy. You have it and you can do it on the go at any time unless you're driving.
Yes. There's one thing I want to mention, which is for everyone that's currently on the call. In this platform on the right side, you have a few icons to chat, and you also have an icon that's called, it's for polls. And within the polls, we have created 3 different ones for you to have a look at. And if you can go ahead and vote, give your opinion, that would be amazing. Because it's going to help, first of all, know to whom I can contact to get to know your business, guys, and get what are your problems and try to solve them. Second of all, if you are not an Ultimate user and you wish to upgrade to Ultimate, I have a special discount for the attendees of this webinar. So if you vote yes, then I know who you are and then I can reach out to you later after the webinar. So just find this polls icon next to, like, it should be on the menu on the right side. And yeah, that would be great. Just not forget to have a look at the polls, please.
Don't forget, because I didn't want to spoil it, but there's the poll about the discount as well. So you may want to have a look at that as well. All right, so this was the presentation on how to use the task calendar on the go, so on your Lodgify mobile app. We have saved some questions for the Q&A. We're going to answer them now. Before we look at the questions, I've seen some of you having some issues or struggling logging in. The app is not loading. In this case, it's really hard to troubleshoot. We suggest that you check that you have the latest version of the app installed on your device. That's for sure. But in case you're running into any issue or something is not working as expected, feel free to reach out to Lodgify support team. Okay, you can do that through your Lodgify account. On your top right menu, you will see the option for quick help, so that you can open a ticket, so a case with us, and we will get back to you. But also you can write an email at help@logify.com, and our amazing support team will be more than happy to assist you with your specific issues. So the answer that the questions that we want to answer now are more like general questions about the feature, what's planned, and so on. Okay, so I know that my colleagues have saved some questions. So I don't know if any of you wants to start. Maybe Juancho. No sé. I mean,
I
I
can
don't
go ahead and start with the, yeah, if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
So I see some of you are interested, and we have the following question. Can you sync the task calendar with Google Calendar? At the moment, I don't think there is an option to do it on web, and also not from the mobile app, but it's interesting to see that you guys would like to export this data to Google Calendar, or I guess any other calendar. Juancho, anything else to add?
Well, the only thing we have similar to that right now is the option to add the cleaning day or 2 days right after and before every reservation. Now, that is synced with Google via iCal. So, if that is an option you would like to consider, my recommendation would be to write to help@logify.com or call us, and we will help you step by step to make this configuration, because it will be 2 steps. I mean, it's very simple, but at the same time, we know that it might be simple for us because we work every day with the software, and it might be not so simple for you. So that's why we are here to help you make things quicker and simpler.
Nice. Thank you, Diandra, for your question, and thank you guys for answering. Next question, I think it's from Todd.
Yes.
I have noticed that the changes through the app and desktop do not sync immediately. Is this true, and how long does it take? Juancho, Chris.
Yes, I would like to actually have a bit more information because they should definitely sync immediately. Is this true? And I would like to know, therefore, what kind of changes or data in specific thought you have identified that there are delayed, that there are some delays, because then that's something we need to have a look at. So if you can quickly comment on what are the changes that are not synced immediately.
It would also be useful, but maybe that is also a case for the support team to contact us via
Okay.
channels. No, I'm just saying that it is also always very useful to know what device you're using. So if it's an Android, if it's an iOS, and also the laptop itself. Sometimes that helps.
Yes.
Because some things happens on one but not on the other. So any extra info that you can give us can be helpful. But yeah, it should definitely sync immediately.
Yes.
Okay. I can see that Todd is saying that I have noticed in the website creation, haven't started renting just yet. It might be just me. Okay. Okay, that's totally fine. Yeah, we can have a look at with the support team. As far as I know, top, not a problem, because again, information is meant to sync in like immediately. There's no way that we need to wait for minutes to sync.
Right.
So we have, moving forward, we have, do we need to be an ultimate package to use the task management? Yes. This is a feature that is only available for ultimates. This is why within the poll, if you wish to receive this special discount, you click on the poll icon and then you just vote yes, send it to me, and I will do the work afterwards. No worries. So yes, ultimate subscribers have access to the task management.
Yeah. Next question is from Adam. Do assignees have the ability to add comments to line items or the overall task? I think that they can only add comments to the overall task, not to the single line items. But it's definitely good feedback and something that can be looked into. I don't know, Chris, if you have anything to add on this one.
Yes. Yeah, I actually have a question that if anyone wants to provide some comment or feedback on, they can just add the comments within the task itself. But we were considering building an option that allows them to report something, because adding a comment might be a bit of like more informative. But if there is an option within the task to report, the most common one that I've heard of is the damage, right? Reporting damage, reporting something missing, reporting. But we were thinking about that, creating a functionality that allows me as a team member that I am most likely cleaning stuff at the big groups, and when they are completing a task and they would like to report something to you, many of them reach out to you by SMS, by message, or by WhatsApp. So they need to use a different app to report something to that booking, and the information doesn't stay linked with that booking. So maybe if that's something that you would like to see or you're interested in, that we start exploring, please leave a comment confirming it.
Yeah. So Adam, if this is something that you would like to have or to explore, be sure to drop a comment in the chat so that Christina knows. Next question is again from Adam, and is where can Asini add comments to the task? If you allow me, I'm gonna go back to one of the previous slides because I can show you on the screen where they can do that. I'm gonna have to go a little bit. Oh, there you go. Okay, so imagine that your team member opens the task on the mobile app. They click on the calendar, so on the date on the calendar, the task opens, and as they scroll, they will be able to click here where it says 0 comments, click on it and enter their text. So this is how they can add, they or you as well, if you are the team owner, you can add comments to the tasks here. Okay, so just by opening the task on the mobile app. So that is that. Can you sync task calendar with Google Calendar? I think we already answered that one. I mean, it's not possible. The answer is it's currently not possible, but there is a workaround that
Yes.
Juancho shared with the preparation time. Can you assign a team member to more than one role, or a team member more than one role? I can answer this question. Currently, no. You can only assign one role to each team member. However, that is not really a limitation because the role just when you, let's say that you're inviting a team member and you assign them the role of cleaners, the system will automatically enable some permissions based on that role. Okay, so the role by default has, out of, I don't know, 20 permissions, 8 are enabled. But that doesn't really matter because you as the team owner can open their account and decide to enable all of the permissions or disable all of them, which I understand is not the case. So the role is just really like it kind of builds allows you or automatically assigns a default set of permissions that are relevant or the system thinks are relevant to that role, but that doesn't prevent you from opening all of the permissions for that specific team
Yes.
member regardless of the role. So the role is just just a definition, but
Also, to add to Adriana's comment, the role only practical application in the app will be when you have to create a shop. You will say who is assigned to this task, right? And you can choose all the cleaners, all the administrators. So in that specific scenario, it will matter if you assign the role of cleaner or the role of administrator to somebody, because if they are administrators, when you create a shop for cleaners, they will not have the shop automatically assigned to their role or to their team, right? Now, specifically administrators, they can take on any task because they are administrators, so it will not make a difference, but that's one of the practical applications of the role. I am interested, though, Diandra, if you want to comment on what specifically do you want to achieve by giving two roles to one same team member, but a priori, it seems like what you want to achieve should be available with just managing the permissions. But if it's not, be sure to let us know what exactly you want to achieve, and we can go further into that.
Nice. Thank you, Juancho. We have a question now from Giacomo. The management company I cooperate with are both managing houses on their own on Lodgify and also do tasks on demand for clients like myself. Can they be logged as both owners and team members? So I don't know, Chris, if you want to take this one. Currently, the way it works now, owners and team members are different profiles on the app. Therefore, they can be logged as owners or they can be logged as team members. Okay, with the same email address, they would have different logins, and based on how they're logging in, they will have access to the calendar, for example, and the bookings, or to the tasks.
Exactly.
We are already working on the on unifying team members and owners on desktop. So this is definitely something that will happen sooner rather than later. So yes, the answer to that will be yes on desktop very soon. Chris, I don't know if you want to add something as for the mobile app.
Well, exactly what Adriana mentioned, guys. Overall, we all agree that it can be very confusing when you have the admins and the owners, and then you have the team members. Like we're always talking about these groups, and that look like completely different users. And at the same time, you're just providing someone access to your platform to see certain information. So there is an ongoing project in Lodgify to start talking about like this grouping and making things more complicated and simplify with you invite a user, you give permissions, they have a single login, and then that's it. And this is what we are going towards. Unfortunately, nowadays still we cannot make this separately. So that's why you need to just keep that in mind whenever they have to stop using the PM modules app. They need to start using the Lodgify app, no matter like what type of user you are, sorry. And then just keep in mind the fact that there are two different logins, right? The regular one plus the one below. Simplifying things. You're an owner, keep logging in as an owner. If you have been invited as a team member, use the extra login that we have now for team members. And it's not an ideal scenario. We're fully aware of this. And that's why we are working towards unifying not only apps, but also user roles and permissions. They should
Right.
be ending in the short term.
Yeah, exactly. So if you want, I can go back to the one of the initial slides to show you the login once again, because I think it can be useful to refresh your memory on that. So if you are the account owner, just open the app, regular login, enter your credentials, you're in. You can see your bookings, your rentals, your rates, and now you can also see the task calendar as the account owner. If you are a team member, all you have to do is click here. Are you a PM modules team member? If so, continue here. This new screen appears, and from there you just have to enter your credentials and you're in. You will be able to see the task calendar. If you are logging in as the owner, just use the regular login as previously showed. All right, so correct me if I'm
Yes.
wrong. I think we went over all of the questions, but
We
I
do
might
have two more questions that are unrelated to the app. I don't know, Chris, Adri, if you want me to address those questions right now, really quick, or if Ari, we
go,
run out of time. I don't know. We are almost at the clock. So,
go ahead, Juancho.
okay. So, let me see. First, we have Kirsty. So, hello, Kirsty. How are you? I hope you're still here. So, Kirsty says she wants to give a shout out to Manuel in Barcelona. We will pass down your comment. So, don't you worry. And then, unrelated question: is it normal to get a VRBO email every? And I guess there was something missing there. But I think I know what you are referring to. Now, VRBO does send a lot of emails with connection issues, right? I will use the air quotes for this one because it sends like 5 or 6 messages saying they found a connection issue, etc. These are almost spam emails. They don't really mean there is a connection issue. We are aware of that. It's just the VRBO automatic system detecting something and immediately sending an email to the user. So our recommendation is to just turn off those notifications because we are always on top of the connections with VRBO. If there is a connection issue, we will discover it and we will upload it to status.lodgify.net. You don't have to worry. And if there is a real connection issue, VRBO also has a back channel to speak with us and to let us know. So there's really no need for you to be worried about that. And these emails will just keep spamming you. You will contact us and we will check, and there will be nothing really wrong. So, Christy, my recommendation, turn them off. If you don't know how to turn those notifications off, contact VRBO. It should be very straightforward.
And also the
Now,
option, there's also the option always
yes,
to reach out to us. You will be put in touch with the connectivity team in case you need any extra help on that. But that
of
was just to
course.
give you the full info.
Yes, of course. I missed to mention that if you are worried about the connection issue, make sure to contact us. And also, Christy, if this was not what you meant, because I am taking a leap, let us know. So let's see about the next question, which comes from Todd. So Todd says, I hope it's okay. This is a question about automatic responses. What is the difference between guest responses, rental contact responses, and account contact responses? I'm not sure what categories these include. So there are two differences. First is who is going to receive your notification. So all the notifications under guest responses will go to the guest. So you are basically deciding what sort of notifications the guest is receiving, which notifications do you want your account contact to receive, and which notifications you want the rental contact to receive. Now, a big distinction. The rental contact and the account contact can be the same because if you only have one property, you are probably the sole contact of that property. So you will mostly want to disable all notifications for the account contact and leave only the rental contact notifications, or the other way around. That's up to you. And the second difference is what sort of notifications you receive. So, of course, there are different notifications for the rental contact than for the guest, because there are things you don't need to receive a notification about, but maybe the guest does.
Amazing. Thank you again, Juancho. Now let me quickly jump to our last slides, and this is to thank you all because we got to the end of this session. We want to thank you for registering, joining, staying until the end, participating, asking questions. We hope this was useful. We hope this helped you understand not just how the task management module works in the desktop, in mobile, because of course that's super important, but also to help you understand how we work, what we are trying to achieve, where we are going, what is our final, what we are. Where we are heading, okay? And this is all because we are constantly reading what you write, what you ask, listening to your feedback. So we hope this was as useful to you as it was to us, Cristina, Juancho, and myself. We think we now kind of have an even clearer idea of what's going to be the next step. We already had it, but now it's just better,
Yeah,
because we
yeah.
could hear it from you.
My message is, guys, start using the new task calendar because PM models will be out of your way very soon. So start training your team members, start using it, start making it out of your day to day. And you will hear from the mobile squad very soon as well with the new updates once are definitely like on the new version.
Yeah, definitely. Download the app and use the task calendar. Okay, if you're a host, if you're a team member, it doesn't matter because now you both can. Okay, so once again, thank you so much. Stay tuned for the recording, the follow-up email. Stay tuned for the upcoming invitations to new webinars, not just from us, so from our team, but also from the marketing team. We are doing many webinars. Okay, so we will be reaching out very often. But yeah, thank you again. I'll see you in the next one, and thank you so much to Juancho and Chris for your help, for your participation, for sharing your knowledge, your insights, and just for being here with us. So we hope to see you in the next one. Have a great rest of the day. Thank you and bye.
Bye,
Bye
guys.
bye.
Bye, world. See you in the next one.
Bye, everyone in all